we also know the other cause of accidents is the grockle.
Grockles. We went there.
The grockle.
So you've got cameras on there. He's got satellite that's beaming down sort of 24 hours before. Like, you think that's like crazy.
Work at Mason's Kings, and we're just here. We've been stitched up by Joe, our marketing manager. So we've come to have a little chat about the business and everything we do and what we do in day-to-day life. And we're going to probably talk about what we do outside of the business as well, because it's not just seen that we're just a supplier of machinery in the Southwest for all sorts of things. We actually do lots of different things. So we've got a few hobbies outside of that. And there's a few guys here. So I've got Elliot with me as well. So he looks after the turf stuff, so all the smaller stuff in the business. Got Brad, one of our salesmen out of the Chudley depot, and I've got Jake, one of the salesmen out of the Exeter depot. So it's these are the two young recruits here that have just come on. So it's my fault. I employed them. So
it's definitely your fault.
I guess what we got coming up in the spring, guys. What you got? Much demoing and that going on at the moment, or what are we doing now?
Yeah,
Kicking off, isn't it?
Yeah, we're starting to now.
Yeah. And what are you going to be chucking out? A bit of slurry. We love a bit.
Yeah. Chuck it. Yeah, no. So that's kicking off, and MVZ's been lifted. I think there's some people struggled with corn, haven't they, this winter? So I think there's going to be a fair bit of re-drilling going on.
We've got a lot of change coming in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter what business running we look at. We've got so much change in
If it's a challenge, it's
industry. It's just how
you think
adopt
in
it.
anything, isn't it? If you stand still, you go backwards, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so.
You just got to keep moving forward with the times, or keep up to date, or you're always going to have fresh ideas or something different, and got to have a go, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if you stand still, no matter what it is, stand still, you go backwards.
Yeah. I mean, Elliot, you've had a lot of challenges, like with your side of the business there on like caravan parks, prime example there. Things have been harder because people have been going abroad more for holidays.
Yeah. For the last year, we saw a 30% decline, 25 to 30% decline in the quantity of tourists coming down to the Southwest. And you can imagine what the Southwest is like. It's heavily influenced.
It's been bloody lovely on the road. So.
Oh, I know, it's lovely. It's heavily influenced. But I remember the first May bank holiday that went through, and you if anybody runs between sort of along the M5 around Exeter Way.
I don't want to run on the M5.
Or as other people refer to it, the car park.
The car park. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But usually you get stuck in a stationary traffic jam around Maybank holiday on the M5. This year, very few. And because that was just the first, that's usually my first sort of indicator of tourism coming down. And it was nice, easy, smooth running. And but Spotlight we're broadcasting it, and you just talked to quite a few of our customers at the moment, 25-30% down on business at the moment, and that will just take a knock-on effect, because that will impact how caravan parks, campsites, or the tourism industry starts looking for next year as well. And it's just it just ricochets up the line.
I mean, another cause of is not just volume of traffic either. We also know the other cause of accidents is the grockle.
Grockles. We went there.
The grockle.
Wow.
Oh, and how
I
do you
see Joel scribbling this bit.
How do you identify a grockle?
How do I identify?
Yeah,
Ooh.
this is going to be so interesting. I'm going to play this game next week.
Oh.
How do you identify a grockle?
Roof box.
Or as in Cornwall, an
Emmet.
An Emmet.
Ooh.
Roof box. Straight
Roof
away.
box.
Yeah.
So grockle box.
Grockle box. I would always look for the number plate.
On the top of the vehicle.
Okay.
So that is, they're coming on holiday for a week,
Yeah.
but they bring 2 months worth of clothes.
Just saying,
So it doesn't fit in the vehicle, so they have to get the grockle box. What is the other definition of someone coming down the grockle? What's on the back?
Caravan.
No, the wobble box.
Or you see the
So-
tiny little tent
and-
boxes.
yeah.
on the
And
back
how
as
do we
well.
know why do we call it the wobble box?
Because they can't drive them.
They can't load them, can they?
No.
No.
Where do you not put all your belongings in a wobble box?
In the back.
In the back.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. But that's because we've got experience on how to do trailers.
It's so
So-
funny.
And telegraph poles.
And thank you. Ooh.
And hedges or
Telegraph
go there?
poles. Yeah.
So I've driven past someone on the M5, this is all relevant, Joel, because it's to do with
course,
tourism
yeah,
and
of
Elliot's
course.
side of the
Is
business.
it?
I've driven past someone on the M5 when the poor guy's been sat there and he's run out of talent.
That was a good line, that wasn't it?
Yeah. So he's run out of talent. He's just tried juggling this thing across 2 lanes, the caravan and that. And he's just sorted out, to his credit, he didn't tip it over like a lot of them do. And that's what we have a lot of accidents down here with the old
Yeah,
bottle box and the
definitely.
bottle box. We have a lot of problem with that. So I'm thinking, I'm angry because it's not road rage. It's just
angry?
No, I'm thinking,
that doesn't happen.
I'm misportrayed. I'm not angry. I'm just like blunt and
just disappointed.
Yeah. So he's run out of talent. He's recovered it. So you think, fair play, you've recovered that. Well done, mate, because you were going to cause havoc for us for 5 or 6 hours when the road gets shut and they sort of pick up all your caravan. So, and then I'm thinking, well done. So I've driven past him. The poor bloke is getting beaten to hell by his missus. So he's now trying to drive down the M5 whilst being punched. And I'm almost crashed watching, laughing. So that's the problem. Anyway, we digress from what we're talking about. It's relevant.
Yeah.
We got a lot of farmers who got caravan parks.
I've seen a lot of that.
Airbnbs, a lot of
shepherd huts. Airbnbs.
Yeah.
That's a diversification.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is. And I think you're seeing farmers having diverse now, and that's quite. You got a lot of farmers diverse into a lot of different things, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you pumpkins seem to be a new one?
Pumpkins?
Yeah, pumpkin patches.
Really?
Yeah.
Pumpkins is like, isn't it a one-off per year though?
Oh, I don't know.
Halloween,
I would have thought around Halloween.
Yeah.
Usually is the indicator for that.
Let me just get me Christmas pumpkin out.
Easter pumpkin.
I've never heard of Easter pumpkins.
Yeah, pumpkins.
But we can start.
I want to come to the Coddy household. Got loads of them.
But it's like, you get like pumpkin pies. So it's like throughout the year.
Yeah, at Halloween time.
Yeah, usually.
It's usually about.
I've never had one in
October.
December. Never had one in December.
Right.
Time.
Okay, fine. But what's interesting to know is, because I keep an eye on the statistics as well. I'm such a hoot. But for the last 10 years, the Southwest population has grown by 125,000 people.
You are a catch, aren't you?
I know. This is what I need to have on my dating profile moving forward. I'm a hoot.
Statistician.
But yeah, 125,000 people have come.
Is it?
Yeah, starting to live.
They've moved down here.
Moved down here in the last 10 years. So yeah, there has been a significant drop in tourism, but hopefully it's going to come back. And yeah, it'll be good. But yeah, the next few years for us will be very interesting to see what electrification does. Really.
I've just thought of a game.
Oh, I like game.
Is it like bingo of the weird things that Elliot
It's
says?
sort of. It's farming practices to marketing.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not going to win this game. Go for it.
Umbilical.
Cord.
I mean,
sort
of, yeah.
Sort of.
Drilling.
Yeah, I know drilling. Badestad.
Yeah. Any other
For
brands?
people who don't know, I'm not from this background, by the way. I just don't not know.
Other brands are
For
available.
manufacturers out there, we do have other companies.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yes, Amazon. Yes.
John Deere.
So we had this conversation about terminology between different walks of life.
Yeah.
So we're discussing in the office the other day, and Joel came in and I just said, a keyword, how would you interpret it? 'Cause we're talking about marketing in general.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you, different styles of marketing, but also word interpretation, because you're trying to reach out to different groups of people. So we just use the word there as an example. For example, umbilical.
Yeah.
Joel's first word is going to be cord. Because we don't know any different.
No.
We're there thinking, slurry.
Well, he wanted us to write an essay, wasn't it, of prompts.
Yeah.
A word, please.
And that's a different walks of life, and there's a lot of different things. A trigger word can be interpreted in so many different ways.
Yeah,
that's the thing. So, but no, I guess we're just probably touched on a lot of things that we do as a team of people, and we look at what our customers are facing, don't we? And that's you just got to try and look outside the box nowadays, because what we feel sometimes is the right thing for us to do can normally not be the right thing for our customers, isn't it? And we get a few things like that. We could be going, have all of this, have all this technology. But some farmers like, I don't need that. I can't get the value back out the other end of it. And we still do. We got some gilets around that says innovation grows here and the precision ag team and what's that?
Someone changed mine.
Did they?
Irritation grows here.
Irritation.
Yeah.
It's fairly accurate, to be fair.
Sorry.
Yeah. So do you find as the team on the ground that you're trying to convert and see what's coming at us in an industry, so the latest and greatest technology, and then you need to basically, in order to adapt that, in order to suit and mold the client base that you've got in front of you, because you've got probably family businesses, smaller family business, and you've got large corporation businesses as well. that you could see exactly the same day, couldn't you? And you just have to adapt what's coming at us.
Yeah, I suppose, because it doesn't matter who you are, you can all take something out of whatever is coming towards you, but it's just adapting it to how much certain people can take out of it. Because like you said earlier, your smaller people, like your family farms and like small family farms that maybe don't need that as much, but then you go to a bigger client who would be fully on board with it, and you've just got to adapt how much they would use it to certain people.
Yeah.
And I think
the big thing is, like, and we've been quite not hot on it, but it's sort of been sort of fed down through, isn't it? And it just sort of happens as a company, dealership, brand, whatever, we become such a part of people's families. I think it's a big part. It's a part of their business, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think so. I do, carry on when that comes in. We've had a challenge of we want to be in that scenario. We want to be offering you solutions. We don't want to just go, there's a tractor, there's a fertilizer, there's that. We actually want to come in, understand what you're doing as a business, and exactly what you said, just be part of that and try and work on come up with a solution that's right for your farm, your business, your golf course, your whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And I think we probably drive that as a team of people, which I think is a nice thing.
Yeah.
Sorry to step in here.
It's just
an interesting
the way
comment
things,
from you, really.
You think, I've only been 3 years in it, and the way that we do business now is just in that short period of time has changed, isn't it? It's gone from very snap decisions to actually sit around the table with everyone. What is it you need? What is it they need? You need? We need? Where do we need to be to make something happen for you to be able to move forward?
Which is where your title really comes in. It's a consultant, isn't it? So you're not there as you're just direct selling.
Yeah.
It's understanding what your end client needs and finding a solution for them, really, isn't it?
No, Definitely. It's just been, you sort of walk out of somewhere sometimes and you think, oh, it was good fun, that was.
Yeah.
Like when you just come out of it like this.
Well, I think that gained that experience there. I mean, I saw someone like a loader bucket. Was it? I can't remember who. Someone did it. It's like a little, like a grab or something like that. And this farmer had never bought anything from our business before. And I'm like really, like me, I'm like quite sad about it. I'm like, that's brilliant. Absolutely amazing. Like that's like the first step in the door. And if you get everything right, it's just a loader bucket.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that you've had to build that relationship of trust, which is a key moment, because I wouldn't buy anything off someone I don't like or don't want to be involved with. You just wouldn't do that.
No.
And to get that little win, it's not a little win, it is a big win, because actually we call it a little win, but that's amazing. I love that sort of stuff.
It's building that trust and gaining that trust from people, because at the end of the day, that's what they need, isn't it?
And I think I've been probably talking about our business quite a lot here, which is just how the conversation's gone and about that. But we look at like fertilizer, that's a big cost to any farm, cost to any golf course.
Yeah, it is.
Big cost to anything. If you're trying to grow grass, the non-organic mannerism, you've got to put some sulfur on, you've got to put your nitrates on, and that's the only way you get your grass. But we're trying to drive technology. We're trying to say, look, you need variable rate maps, you need searching control, you need this, that, and that. The fact of the matter is, some guys have only been spreading 12 meters in a 4-acre field, and the biggest field's 8 acres. The searching control is probably more important for them.
Yeah.
And then with a regular field size, isn't it, is anybody else? Because the fertilizer wastage in those fields is massive.
Huge.
Yeah. But it's getting the customer our challenge is changing the thought process on technology. And that's like everything in life. I mean, I remember, I was talking about this last week, I remember as a boy growing up trying to watch snooker with my granddad on a black and white television. I mean, how the hell did you do that back then? I mean, and I feel sorry for you being colourblind, because I felt colourblind at that point.
Yeah.
So I had no clue what bloody ball they were going for. But we look at now, technology now, we're trying to drive technology. We know about the technology. Our challenge is we've already been taught the technology. We've already been given an insight into what's coming. You talk about electrification.
Yeah.
We've got the element of autonomous coming. So we're looking at driverless tractors. We're looking at tractors that can operate other tractors.
Wow.
So we've already got that. It's in the background. It's there. And I guess like you'll have guys there now that are probably piggybacking tractors and machine sync and looking at what's going on there. So just let's have a chat about that for a bit. I mean, that's quite interesting stuff, isn't it?
So that's happening today, is it?
Yeah. It was an eye opener, wasn't it? To be fair, when we went up the John Deere last year, when they
was that May, June last year, wasn't it?
Like new range of combines and stuff that were coming out, and like they got just cameras on the tops of the cabs, and then sort of forward planning what yield that is going to be, like producing off the field before the combine's gone through it. So you think like that already knows what's in front of it.
Wow.
So you've got cameras on there. He's got satellite that's beaming down sort of 24 hours before. Like you think that's like crazy.
So what's that? That's AI recognizing what's in front of it.
Beyond me, but it's scanning what is in front of it in the here and now, and like from the days previous to picking up what is in that field.
Because I'm guessing, from what I know on combines at the moment, it takes the crop in, and whatever it's inside the combine at the time, then it starts slowing down, speeding up, whatever. But now it's saying,
so it's becoming proactive as opposed to reactive.
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll get satellite imagery now of density of cropping. So you better work out roughly, have an idea of yield and density from the satellite. And obviously, if you've got a shallow patch or like a lighter patch, there's not so much cropping involved. Darker patches have got more yield on them.
Wow.
Or bloody daddy nightshade or something. Not quite.
Yeah. And that's Operations Centre, basically, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It's all linked
to combines and that, isn't it? Like of what's coming. Like you think if you think you can see what's in front of you, time management, everything else, like you know how long something's going to take to do,
and then we'll have plant recognition soon on spraying.
Wow.
So you just it's a new feature coming called See and Spray.
Yeah.
Which is like, wow, that's another level. That is like, so it will just go down across the width of the sprayer, and it will start zapping all the different plants.
Depending on what they are.
The plants you choose to take out.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, whether that will work so well in the West Country, I don't know. But for the arable boys in the East, that's massive.
Because we're an individual nozzle shut off at the moment where you go over a boundary, it will start shotting off.
Yeah, that's it.
But then, so it'll be more targeted approach.
And this is where we talk about, you got this, some people don't want to embrace technology. I get that. I completely understand that. Us as individuals, we're probably like, this is all changing. And no one likes change, do they? But we've probably had a very good insight into the other end of that as well. And now suddenly you find yourself probably not wanting to take on technology, but you find yourself talking to a customer about what you've just been told and the benefits of it, which is a very strange scenario, isn't it? And
I had quite a funny one when I was demoing a tractor. So they were from a user of another brand, and they turned around and said, "The tractor seems quite thirsty." I was like, "All right, okay, let's have a look." We got all the like JD Link data from the time they had it on demo, and it was actually 2 or 3 litres an hour less than what their was doing at the time.
Obviously,
cut that out. But it was just quite interesting, to be fair. You think what you may think or perceive and what you actually then get off the back of it is quite significant.
See, that one there's a prime example. I had customers when we demoed tractors. Your tractor don't go very fast on the road. I went, what? What do you mean it doesn't go very fast on the road? It's doing, obviously, the legal limit, a little bit more than that. And he went, I don't go very well at all. I went, it's because the tractor's so quiet. Because the cab is so quiet on a John Deere tractor.
Yeah.
And I went, have you looked down and seen how fast you're actually going? No, I haven't done that yet. Well, have a look.
Yeah.
And then the next conversation was, Jesus Christ, this tractor goes bloody. But because they're very quiet, you don't notice how much it goes. Well, I think you said earlier on, Jake, you've been driven to farm in that way because it's in effect the top up money for your business, and it could be infrastructure, it could be machines, it could be whatever. But without that, you haven't got any actual way of driving everything forward. And I had a conversation with someone back when I know fairly well, and he just said, we kind of had to spend some money on concrete and a bit of infrastructure there, and it was on a grant. But he said, we wouldn't have had our top up money from Europe. And like a lot of people don't understand that in the industry. They're like, why is a farmer always getting top up money?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can't have cheap food without something else coming to that farmer or to that business in another mannerism. And I think we see that as well. There's no such thing as cheap food. If we took all the food standards away in this country, Red Tract and all the other bits that we rely upon, any farmer in the UK can produce cheap food.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you want quality food,
it's
something I'm very passionate about. If you want quality food, you have to spend a little bit more.
Yeah.
Very
and those farmers that are producing it, if we don't carry on supporting that element of agriculture, regardless of what it is, whether it's vegetables, flowers, sheep.
Well, look,
beef,
through COVID,
dairy.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like when we sort of in the sort of middles of that, like we had the veg boxes and all that went through the roof, and we became very self-sufficient on farm shops and everything else. And I think it's been quick to forget that a little bit. I think like that's it. We were eating a lot better, eating like very good meals, food, good quality produce,
sourcing things locally because he didn't have any choice today.
No,
that's quite I don't know.
I think that's an interesting one where COVID was a serious game changer for us as a society. It did a lot of damage, but there were a few elements like our awareness of how to eat healthy, but whether or not we've actually held on to that. That's a very good point, actually. Yeah. Coming from my own reflection, you buy a lot more vegetables and you actually have a bit more time to pre-plan what you're doing. But now back into the normal day routine, that kind of goes out the window, and it's too easy to pick up pizza or something.
We got a customer locally, and he's an organic veg grower, and he's sort of gone, as well as just growing his veg, he's actually making like soups and stuff, isn't it? Off what,
which is nice.
Of what was
the byproduct.
As a byproduct, because obviously a lot of people sort of buy and eat with their eyes.
Yeah,
so
very true.
Just because you might have something that didn't necessarily look like what something should 100% look like.
Yep.
Right. It's like now it's actually, well, I then make soups out of what was left over, and I'm using 100% of what I produce.
Wow.
Right, and that was quite an eye opener, really, wasn't it?
Well, I did, and it sounds like we're all getting foodie and everything like that, but it is part of what we. But no, it is part of what we do. What we do every day. It's got to be the full circle for agriculture.
Yeah.
And I challenged someone back along that, and they were like, "Oh, I buy all my food in the supermarket." I said, "That's cool." I said, "No problem with that whatsoever." I said, "Have you ever considered sourcing meat locally?" "What do you mean? Why would I want to do that?" I said, "No, from a butcher's. So you can, like, they could probably tell you where that cattle grew up in that field and where they were, the farmer they were bought from, the full traceability." Never thought about it. So I set him a challenge. I said, "Look, please go and buy some." I was too expensive to go there and buy it. I said, "That's cool." I said, "Go there and just try a couple of chicken breasts or joint of beef or whatever." "Why would I do that?" I said, "Just go and do it. Try it. Doesn't matter. It's not going to cost you any more." "It will cost me a lot more." I said, "It won't." I said, "Just try it. Cook it. Weigh it before you put it in the oven. And then weigh it when you take it out and see how much water and stuff has been pumped into it."
Yeah.
And it sounds a bit diverse now, Joel, but it's a very true thing. Chicken breasts in the supermarket just come down to like nothing else. Go to the butchers and buy chicken breasts that are like locally sourced.
Different, isn't it?
For a local abattoir. Put them in there, and they're no different to your veg. I mean, it lasts longer buying it locally. It's a fact.
Yeah.
That's where that age was thinking, someone asked, where did your chicken come from, whatever, then Tesco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I didn't know there was a chicken coop at the back.
Yeah.
but it is just, and I guess because we're very fortunate, we're involved with agriculture. We see the other side of things. I guess if that makes sense. You don't like chocolate milk don't come from a brown cow.
Does it not?
It's got, no, it doesn't. It's a story.
I've never seen a strawberry cow.
You got, and that sounds like we're taking the mick and we're mocking it. We're not, but some people don't realise where food actually comes from, and it's a real shame.
Definitely.
Where does coconut milk come from?
Can I say something? Am I allowed to say something? No. When have you ever seen a coconut?
I said yes. What about an oat?
Yeah, when have you seen?
Or an almond?
Almond milk. Yeah.
When have you ever seen on an almond?
They're very small.
Have you tried milking an almond?
That's a story for another time.